I wanted to talk about Thismadmama. A few of you have mentioned it to me in the comments, and I have seen her on Doherty Doesn't channel with Alicia Doherty, which we'll get into in a minute. If you're not familiar with her, she's called Veronica or Ronnie, and she's got 12 biological kids, ranging from like adults to babies. I think she had her first one when she was like 13 or something. Anyway, she's got quite a large following on TikTok, and now she's got this YouTube channel, which is like, I think it's like 3,500, maybe 4,000 subscribers, something like that. But she's getting more popular by the day. But I just had to make a little video about her because she's called Thismadmama. But let me tell you, that's a fucking understatement. This woman is batshit crazy. This video here is of her just showing her outfits of the day. But why she has to run to the bus and back like a one-legged wombat? I don't have a fucking clue. And yes, that old school bus is what they get around in. And yes, of course, that is a 20-foot skeleton that you can see at the edge of the clip. That's just outside a house all year round. It's not for Halloween. She just likes it. So you've probably guessed already that she's a bit eccentric and a bit gothic. She managed to buy a house for $20,000 and she describes it as a fixer-upper, and she's not fucking kidding. Needs a fucking wrecking ball going through it if you ask me. But anyway, they've got this house and it's kind of like the Addams Family house, but more dilapidated, and like it's got more mould and cobwebs. There are probably things running round, but they won't be cute pet hands, they're more likely to be rats. She's tidied the house up a bit because she was coming under fire a lot for the state of the house. It was an absolute shithole, absolutely filthy. So she has cleaned it up a little bit, and she's done the same thing with the food because people were saying they wasn't feeding the kids adequately. Some of the younger kids are really, really small for their age, and people were saying like they're not getting enough food. So since then, she's been showing more food eating videos and like cooking. And honestly, some of her concoctions would rival Alicia's. Never thought Alicia Doherty would have a rival for being the family vlogger's worst chef, but I don't know. She's a close contender. But this screenshot here is before she started doing the cooking videos, where the kids were eating cold ravioli out of the tin for the dinner. I'm not being funny, but that's fucking disgusting. And the laziest thing I've ever heard. How much energy does it take to heat it up in a pan? That slop in a bowl there is supposed to be tuna mayo. Yeah, like wanting a tuna to 3 tubs of mayo. And then a single ice pop for dessert. It's weird as fuck because she's like best friends with Alicia Doherty, apparently. I say that in inverted commas. Alicia massively overfeeds them, and Ronnie massively underfeeds them. To her credit though, Ronnie does seem to use whatever's in her store cupboards. This is like pantry dump soup, she calls it, where she just puts everything she's got into a pan. Beef broth, peaches, sweet corn, custard, whatever you've got in a tin, just chuck it in a pan. And if you can find a bit of meat as well, that's an added bonus. Ronnie found a couple of bats in the attic, so she's just grilled them up. Now she's just chopping them up and putting them in the soup. 10 out of 10 for resourcefulness, Ronnie.
Gives it new life because otherwise it probably wasn't going to get eaten.
Well, no, it probably wasn't going to get eaten, Ronnie. Minding its own business, living its best life in your attic. I know people might think I'm being arsey, snarking about this woman, but I just want her to be on people's radar because I find it very worrying that if she thinks it's okay to put videos of a house in this state and feeding her kids cold ravioli out of the tin for the dinner, if she thinks that's okay to put on social media, what else is going on in that house? Now you might be thinking, Ronnie seems like a gothic-y peasant version of Alicia Doherty, and there's a good reason for that. They're actually friends in real life. Well, they say they're friends, but I think it's just like for business purposes myself. They feature on each other's videos, usually with Alicia giving the kids something, or giving Ronnie some money to spend on the kids. In fact, one video, Alicia held a pool party at her house for one of Ronnie's kids' birthdays. So Alicia's getting out of it. Good publicity, making her look good that she's helping people out who don't have much money. And Ronnie, aside from like the presents and money that she gets off Alicia, gets publicity from a YouTuber is much bigger than her. So it's obviously going to help her channel. And then whenever Alicia's ratings dip, like they're doing a lot recently, She can just stir up some controversy by doing another video with Ronnie. She's not thick, Alicia. And Ronnie deemed herself a bit of an academic. And she's a big fan of poems by Pearl. So one of the latest things she does is recites poetry, which is lovely. She's got a nice voice for it, to be honest. But she chooses to do it whilst wearing this ridiculous cloak, what she wears 24/7, and making strawberry milkshake to the kids. This video took her 6 minutes. Who takes 6 minutes to make milkshake in a blender?
Or nameless here, forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with...
Yeah, sorry, it's just fucking boring to me. Anyway, what the fuck is she doing? She's put the frozen strawberries into a cauldron just so she can fish them out awkwardly into a blender. Now she's putting the ice cream in it. Take note of the size of those cups. They're not cups, they're just like shot glasses. Or like them little medicine pots you get in the hospital. Did I mention that Ronnie's an artist? You can tell by the way that she's artistically put those little medicine pots on top of that ancient candelabra. Classy. I had to fast forward it here because it took her like 3 minutes to figure out how to push a button on the blender. Fucking divvy. The poetry does sound better sped up though. Now she's pouring the milkshake shots, which realistically would have made like 2 normal sized milkshakes. But she's sharing it out with 13 of them. Yeah, she spilled some there. I doubt she's going to clean it up off that candelabra. What's sad about this is how happy these kids were to get these milkshakes. They were absolutely buzzing like it was a massive treat. Just a mouthful of milkshake. That speaks volumes to me. I'm pretty sure there'll be lots of videos on Mad Mama to come, because she really is an edible. Anyways, I hope you're all alright and you have a good weekend. See you soon.
Find my kids' bedrooms. But here's the dining room, and over here is the kitchen.